Hey, mic check. Hit me in the chat. Let me know if the sound on point. Synagogue Satan on my ass already. Mic check. Where y'all at? Hit the like, hit the subscribe. My apologies. I started the show a little earlier, y'all, and Synagogue of Satan stepped up in that shit, told me to
shut your bitch ass up.
I'm like, damn, they got me on mute. My bad, y'all. Well, we're gonna restart this thing in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give everybody a chance to get on back up in here. So to everybody that was in here, hit the like when you come in, hit the subscribe, you know, share the content. Yeah. We talking the Black Terror tonight, y'all. I'm talking the Black Terror, Bill Richmond. Mic check. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. Mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Hit me up in the chat, mic check. Hit me up in the chat, mic check. We about to get back started. Hit me up in the chat, mic check. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know where you at, my nigga, my naga. Strictly for my nagas. We back live again, y'all. We're gonna rerun this. Mic check. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know where you at. This is the house of masculinity.
You big dummy.
Biatch.
House of masculinity, y'all. Have you ever heard of the Black Terror? Black Terror? The fuck is that, Black Jack? We about to talk about it. We're gonna start the show at 8 p.m. sharp. We're gonna give everybody a few more minutes to get up in the house. Right now, it's 7:57 p.m. and it's Thursday, February 2nd, 2023, and I'm Blackjack, and it's the house of masculinity. The show officially starts 8 p.m. Eastern time. Go on and get your naga mug. Go on and pour up your hot tea or your coffee or whatever you're sipping on. Go on and do what you gotta do. We about to get this show on the way, homie. Got about 2 more minutes before we let all the nagas come up in the room. Peace to all the nagas out there. Strictly for my nagas. Shout out to indigenous minds, you know. Shout out to all the patriarchs. Salute to all the comrades. Salute to everybody that support the house of masculinity. We about to get the show underway, y'all. And it's a good one tonight. We're about to burn it down. We're about to burn it down, y'all. Peace to the chat. We got about a minute and counting, y'all. It's 7:59 p.m. East Coast time. And I'm out North Florida, Jacksonville to be exact. I'm Black Jack. This is the House of Masculinity. We're about to get the show underway. Hit that like, subscribe, share the content. Strictlyformynoggers.com. Check me out. If you would like the merch, shop with me. Mic check, hit me up in the chat. Let me know I'm loud and clear. Yeah, we had technical difficulties earlier. The synagogue of Satan came on through. It's 7:59 p.m. We starting the show at 8 o'clock. Alright, it's 8 p.m. Salute. Welcome to the House of Masculinity. I'm Black Jack. Shout out to all my comrades. Shout out to the patriarchs. Y'all hit me up in the chat. Let me know you hear me loud and clear. YouTube love to try to jack the stream, y'all, but we gonna bring it back. And we got a little time on our hands. I ain't gonna wait too long though. We gonna get the show started. And tonight we talking Bill Richmond, aka William Richmond, the Black Terror. Salute.
You big dummy.
Hit me up in the chat. Let me know if you heard of the Black Terror. You know, let me know if you heard of that. I know a lot of people haven't heard of the Black Terror. So I decided, you know, what better time than now to do a show on, you know. And of course, we talking the American Naga, the ancient American Naga. Bill Richmond, the Black Terror. Hey, before we get into the show, I want to give a salute to everybody that's been supporting the house. If you want to support the house, you got the Cash App at the top of the screen, y'all. Hey, we also got PayPal on deck. We are not monetized. We also got merchandise, and we also got we have merchandise. I mean, we ain't also got nothing else. Yeah, merchandise. That's where the book start right there. So if you want to check out some of the merchandise, go to strictlyformynoggers.com, you know, and check me out. I'm sure we got something you will like. But tonight we talking Bill Richmond, the Black Terror. For those who ain't know, mic check. Let me know if I'm loud and clear. I see we got two people in the house. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know if I'm loud and clear. Other than that, we're gonna go on to get. I'm assuming that we is. We're gonna go on to get the show underway. You know what I'm saying? I see I got my bars on my audio meter, so I should be loud and clear. Now let's get the show underway. Bill Richmond, the Black Terror. Hit me up if you ever heard of the Black Terror. That's who I had on the thumbnail. This guy here, Bill Richmond. That's the Black Terror. Bill Richmond, you know, we're gonna dig into who he is. I got an article on the guy. Of course, we gotta be careful because anytime we talking about the ancient American Naga, there's gonna be hijacks left and right. So I just wanted to put that out there first before we get started. But let's dig on into it. The Black Terror, Bill Richmond. I'm gonna start off with a Wikipedia ad. I'm gonna bring it on up for y'all. Get my computer together. Let me know in the chat if you heard of Bill Richmond, the Black Terror. Here's an image of Bill Richmond. Here's his story. Now we're starting off with Wikipedia. If you want to check it out, you can go to Wikipedia and you can type it on up. Bill Richmond, the Black Terror. And you can read along with me. Or I can do the reading. It don't matter, homie. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, we're going to dodge all the third eye mind tricks and we're going to dodge all the hijacks along the way. Because we know Wikipedia like to lie a lot. They'll give you the truth, but they'll remix it with a lie, right? Salute. All right, Bill Richmond. For other people named Bill Richmond, see William Richmond. See, Bill Richmond, also known as William Richmond. We're gonna put that out there right away. It's right in the beginning. All right, Bill Richmond, born August 5th, 1763 to December 28th, 1829. Motorcycle passing or whatever that was. Bill Richmond, born August 5th, 1763 to December 28th, 1829, was a British boxer. Start right there, the first lie. He was not British at all. Salute.
You big dummy.
Hit me up in the chat. Let me know my mic loud and clear. We got 3 people watching. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all hit that like, subscribe, and share. We got 3 people watching. We ought to have at least 3 likes or 3 dislikes. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. Hey, and let me know if the mic is loud and clear also. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know what it sounds like. Salute. Hey, we talking Bill Richmond. So Bill Richmond, they claiming he was British, but we know that's a lie. He was American. He was an American Naga. An ancient American Naga to be exact. Bill Richmond, a British boxer born into slavery. Slavery, huh? Where the facts at? Born into slavery, how? Who are his ancestors? Salute one general. So one general, let me know if my mic check right. Let me know if my mic sound right. You know what I'm saying? I started the stream a little earlier, but I had some technical difficulties. Let me say that right. Let me take a sip out this hot tea out my Naga mug. You know what I'm saying? My Naga mug I made and put it on strictly for my Nagas.com. But yeah, it's showing an ancient American Naga. I sip my hot tea out of it. You know, it's a coffee mug. And I had these on sale for the low price of $14.99. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it's too late to get one because I discontinued them.
You big dummy.
Salute. Hey, but back to the story. We talking Bill Richmond. One general just showed up, so we're gonna start all over. We ain't got too many people in the house yet. We're gonna start all over. We talking Bill Richmond, the Black Terror. Let's get into it. Bill Richmond, born August 5th, 1763 to December 28th, 1829. So he lived to be about 66 years old. Was a so-called British boxer, but he wasn't even born in Britain. He was an American Naga. So-called born into slavery. No facts though. What slave ship his ancestors came on, what part of Africa they come from, you claim. No facts, just son claiming he was born into slavery. In Richmond Town, New York. Richmond Town. Bill Richmond born in Richmond Town. Okay, so the whole town bear his last name. That don't sound like a slave name to me. And they claiming he was born into slavery. Who is his master? You know, see, nothing. Although born in colonial America, he lived for the majority of his life in England. Born in colonial America, but you call him a British boxer. Where all his boxing contests took place. Richmond went to England in 1777. And he was born in 1763, so he went to England when he was 14 years old. Richmond went to England in 1777, where he had his education paid for. He then apprenticed as a cabinet maker in New York. So at 14, he went to England, got his education paid for, and then became a cabinet maker apprentice. So, but somehow, they're telling you and I he was a slave. Make it make sense. And the whole damn town named after him. His family surname, Richmond Town, New York. His name ain't Bill Slave Master. His name Bill Richmond from Richmond Town. Salute.
You big dummy.
Hey, we dodging all the third eye mind tricks. Keep the third eye open. And he was apprenticing as a cabinet maker. Wow. Cabinet makers make a lot of money these days. So I wonder how much he was making then. But let's proceed about this American Naga, Bill Richmond. In the early 17, and by the way, they tell you slavery ended in 1865. Bill Richmond, aka William Richmond, died in 1829, well before slavery ever ended. Let's continue. In the early 1790s, Richmond married a local English woman whose name was probably, I deal in facts, not probabilities. Whose name was probably Mary Dunwick, in a marriage recorded in Wakefield on June 29, 1791. So if the marriage was recorded in 1791, it shouldn't be a probably about it. Richmond and his wife had several children. According to boxing writer Pierce Egan, the well-dressed, literate, and self-confident Richmond came on the receiving end of racist attitudes in Yorkshire. Egan described several brawls involving Richmond because of insults. One brawl occurred after someone labeled Richmond a black devil for being with a white woman, probably a reference to Richmond's wife. According to Egan, Richmond fought and won 5 boxing matches in Yorkshire, defeating George Dockymore, 2 unnamed soldiers, 1 unnamed blacksmith, and Frank Myers. Let's proceed. About the Black Terror. Out here whooping ass in his early life. Bill Richmond was born into slavery. See, they just want to always jump on. They always talk about the American Naga. They always want to say you was born into slavery. You know what I'm saying? With no, where the facts at behind this born into slavery though. It ain't no facts. They just throw it out there just because he's American Naga. He was somehow born into slavery. Where are your facts, Wikipedia? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Who was his ancestors? Where his ancestors came from? How did they become slaves? No evidence of anything, right? Bill Richmond born into slavery under the enslaver Reverend Richard Charlton. So why his last name ain't Charlton? Why don't he have a slave name? Why his name ain't Bill Charlton? And why ain't he from Charlton Town? Why come his name is Bill Richmond? He's from Richmond Town. Like his family owned the whole damn town. Salute.
You big dummy.
These old liars about history, you know what I'm saying? We're sitting here and watching it right before our eyes. Wikipedia, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Bill Richmond, born into slavery somehow, under the enslaver Reverend Richard Charlton in Richmond Town on Staten Island. Bill Richmond from Richmond Town on Staten Island, New York. On August 5th, 1763, a commander of the British forces in New York during the American War of Independence, Lord Percy, witnessed teenage Richmond in a tavern brawl involving British soldiers. Now, they ain't gonna even, Wikipedia, such a big liar and a coward, they scared to go in depth about this tavern brawl involving these British soldiers with the Black Terror. But I got something else that talk about it, so hold your horses. Percy subsequently arranged fights with other British soldiers for the entertainment of his guests. See how they ain't even going, they blew right past it. Yeah, he was involved in a fight in the tavern brawl with some British soldiers. Moving on, Percy subsequently arranged fights with other British soldiers for the entertainment of his guests in 1777. Percy arranged for Richmond's freedom from Charlton, transportation to northern England, literacy education, and an apprenticeship with a cabinet maker in Yorkshire. He met his wife, Mary, while a cabinet maker in Yorkshire. The two moved to London, where Richmond started boxing in his 40s. By 1795, Richmond and his family had moved to London. See, they told you the story in reverse, talking about you Nagas from Africa. You know what I'm saying? You Nagas ain't from Africa. You Nagas ain't never come from Africa. They took you Nagas from over here to over there. They took you all over there to Europe, Africa, and everywhere else. Telling you Nagas from Africa. Is you crazy? They took y'all to Monrovia, Liberia. They took you everywhere. They took you to Yorkshire. They got Bill Richmond, the Black Terror, all up in Yorkshire, whooping ass. American Naga. He met his wife Mary, right? By 1795, Richmond and his family had moved to London. He became an employee and household member of Thomas Pitt, the second Baron Camelford, a British peer and naval officer, a boxing enthusiast. Pitt may have received boxing and gymnastic instruction from Richmond. Pitt and Richmond visited several prize fights together. Okay, so I'm gonna start right there on the Wikipedia. Salute. But I got another article we're gonna dig in. We're gonna dig on this some more. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all still with me. You know what I'm saying? I hope I ain't lost you. But hey, we still here though. I'm still here. Salute if you still here. We got another article where they gonna go in depth on that tavern brawl involving the Black Terror. Salute.
You big dummy.
Where he was whooping ass and some British soldiers was involved, got their ass whooped. Wikipedia was too cowardly to speak on it. But don't worry, I got another article that's gonna talk about it, and I'm finna put it up right now. Let's dig on this. The Black Terror in Trafalgar Square. Now this article here, if I ain't mistaken, because I read a couple articles on this. This article here, they gonna go into depth about this tavern brawl between Bill Richmond, the Black Terror, the brawl between the Black Terror and the British soldiers in the bar. This article gonna go into it. Like I say, Wikipedia was too cowardly to go into this, so let's get into it. The Black Terror in Trafalgar Square. The Black Terror in Trafalgar Square. I was reminded recently of the story of a certain black man who came to England from Staten Island in America, right? From Richmond Town. They talking Bill Richmond, aka William Richmond. Want to call him a slave. Told you the story in verse. He came from America to England in the early 19th century, in the early 1800s, right? It was before that. He came in the 1700s. See, they don't even have their story correct. He came in the 1700s, according to the truth. It says 1777, right? His name was Bill Richmond, and it was he who did so much to introduce boxing as a sweet science, a noble art to a much confused England, who thought bare knuckle fighting was all about towing the line and punching each other to a pulp, the winner being the one who could not come up to scratch first, i.e. the line of fistic engagement. Let's roll it back down some more so y'all can see. It amuses me to think how when the British Navy were defeating Napoleon's French and Spanish fleets at Trafalgar in 1805, all the talk in Britain at the time was not about this great sea battle, but about a certain boxing match, a bit like when England play in the, hold on man, this is the wrong article because there's a lot of other hijack they throwing in here. Well, let me scroll down. In 1805, the Black Terror, the black former slave Bill Richmond, who became known as the Black Terror, was fighting an awesome pugilist from Bristol called Tom Crib. The prize was to be champion of England. In those days, boxers were bare knuckle fighters and used to, as I have mentioned, literally standing toe to toe and toe the line, throwing punches at each other until one dropped. Evading or blocking punches was a sign of weakness, for Britain was known and to a degree feared. Because when Britain was known and to a degree feared throughout Europe as a fighting mad nation, not changed much, have we? Winning was not as important as the way you played the game. Blind courage in the face of extreme pain brought the loudest cheers. Boxing was in those fall days known as milling, and was totally void of any of great skills it requires to become a champion today. But Bill Richmond changed the game. So they want, see, in England, they wanted boxers to stand in front of each other and just nail each other. Bill Richmond came in there with that bob and weave on. They couldn't hit him, and they was mad. He was knocking their ass out. But well, let's proceed. I'm gonna go into another one about it because this one is this guy, he going a little too far off the real subject. But let me pull up this other one because I read several on this one. The Black Terror. Bill Richmond's Revolutionary Boxing. That's on JSTOR. That's a good one. Black Pass, Bill Richmond. Let's go to that one real quick. Well, we're talking the Black Terror, the American Naga, Bill Richmond from Richmond Town. Yeah, that's what we're talking. There's a picture of this guy. You know what I'm saying? That's 1763 to 1829. They took the Naga from America to Europe. Bill Richmond, aka the Black Terror, the first black boxer to gain international recognition, was born in Cuckoldstown, now Richmond Town, on Staten Island, New York, on August 5th, 1763. In 1777, when the English troops held New York during the Revolutionary War, he served their general, Earl Percy, afterward the Duke of Northumberland. When Percy returned to England, he took young Bill with him and sent him to school in Yorkshire. He also served as an apprentice to a cabinet maker. Yeah, see, we read all about that, right? The first glimpse of the talent. See, here we go. They finna dig into that tavern brawl that Wikipedia was dodging like a coward. The first glimpse of the talent he possessed with his fists came into view against Docky Moore, a soldier who insulted Richmond and was promptly challenged to fight. Although considerably outweighed, Richmond thrashed the soldier and soon enjoyed similar success against others who attempted to insult him in ensuing years. He was whooping ass. The Black Terror was kicking ass and taking names. If you call him black, if you call him anything he don't like, you finna get a $5 discount right aside your head, homie.
You big dummy.
You know what I'm saying? Richmond had his first professional fight in January of 1804 when he was 36 years old. He witnessed veteran boxer George Maddox in action and declared he could defeat him. Given the opportunity, he failed miserably. Maddox stopped him in 3 rounds. Undeterred, Richmond entered the ring in May of 1805 and defeated a Jewish boxer, synagogue say, known as Fighting Yosef. Fighting Yosef. Oh, I gotta look that one up. Hey, we're gonna look up Fighting Yosef, y'all. I might have to do a show tonight on Fighting Yosef. That might be the show, the late night show on the Blood of Judah. Go over there and subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. The contest gave him a reputation as a pugilist, and he was soon matched with boxer Jack Holmes, who was credited with giving Tom Creel, one of the leading pugilists in England, one of his toughest fights. The win over Holmes after 20 grueling rounds set the stage for a match with Creel in October 1805. Alright. Now, I'm going to go to another one, man. Like, all these ones, I read one, it was talking about that brawl that went down in the bar with him and the British soldier. I'm going in to give y'all the drop on it. I'm going to see if I can put it up so we can read about it. But basically, he was in the bar doing his job or whatever. He was about 13, 14 years old. This man was working. He had a job. He wasn't no slave. Salute. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't no slave. Dummy. He was out there making coins at the bar. And he was doing his job, and one of them called him the N-word. Homeboy put his shit down, and he put his dukes up, and it went all bad for the British soldiers that called him the N-word. He went upside one arm head with a 2-piece in the biscuit. Wop, 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 bomb. He knocked him out. Next thing you know, another dude ran up. He caught him with a left cross. Bomb. Uppercut. Bomb. A DDT. Bomb. He was out there. Next thing you know, another dude ran up. This was the bar fight that went down. I read about it. I'm going to put it up. Other dude came up. He barred the wheel, 2 little right crosses. He wop, 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 wop. Bomb. Knocked him out. He knocked out 2 more dudes. A total of 5 dudes. Like 3 of them was British soldiers. And that's how he became famous. The other British dude, Percy, the other soldier, saw the shit go down, and he was like, damn, that Naga can fight. I gotta take this Naga to England. This Naga is a working teenager. He took the Naga all the way to England. He was so impressed he paid for his education. This is the story I read. So I'm gonna pull up some more. We're gonna get back on it. I'm gonna dig into it. Let me see if I can find this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? First international black prize fighter. You know what I'm saying? The Black Terror. You know what I'm saying? Bill Richmond, aka William Richmond. So let's go and hear the Black Men. Let's see if they gonna talk about it. I done read a lot of articles on it. I don't even remember which one where they was really telling the whole story about that bar fight. I saw black spirits and white spirits engage in battle. The Confessions of Nat Turner. What is that? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's roll down. Let's see what we talking about here. Let's roll down the Bill Black Terror Richmond. The first international prize fighter, the first international Black American prize fighter. Salute. Hey, at least they got it right. Look at that, they ain't playing no games. You know, they call him an American, an American, huh? Bill Richmond, who was also known as the Black Terror, was born to slaves in New York. They always saying the slave with no proof, right? Richmond, who also served as a hangman during the Revolutionary War, was the first Black American to be labeled as an international prize fighter. Let's scroll down. At the young age of 14, he was sent to be educated in cabinet making, right? We read about that, right? Richmond received no boxing tutoring and was entirely self-taught. In 1804, he had his first professional fight, right? We read about that. Let's see. Look at that. Depict the images. He knocking jokers out, right? Fighting Yosef. Is this Fighting Yosef? The Jew that he fought? The Jew that the Israelite fought with? Richmond was known to have excellent footwork and quick hands. He would wop, 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 pop, pop, pop. Hey, y'all see this? They say Richmond was known to have excellent footwork and quick hands, which enabled him to avoid big punches and outwork larger fighters using the bob and weave technique. And see that? Bill Richmond created the bob and weave. He died at his home in London, England in 1829. They ain't even digging into that bar fight. I can't even find it, but y'all dig on this story, man. It's one article where they really dug into the bar fight, and they told the story about it. He whooped up 5 dudes from Britain. 3 of them were soldiers, and the other 2, I guess, they were just, some colonizers that ain't like what they saw, and they thought they was finna jump in, and Black Terror whooped their ass too. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let's go to this one more, and then I'm gonna dig into one more thing After this though, let me see. Man, all right. I ain't gonna click on this one. They want you to agree to cookies. I ain't with all that cookie shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, basically, y'all get the gist. Revolutionary. Let me go to JSTOR. This JSTOR one might got the real drop by that bar fight. Let me see. JSTOR usually don't let you down, but let's see. Let me go into detail. Black Terror, Bill Richmond's revolutionary boxing. Right? He revolutionized boxing. Look. Before decades before any white American emerged in the sport. Look at that. Before any white American emerged in the sport, Bill Richmond, so-called now up from slavery, became the first American sports star as a professional boxer. Richmond was born. Y'all, we read about that. Despite his humble beginnings, he would have a profound influence on the practice of boxing both in England and America. While we have no record of his childhood, so how you gonna call him a slave? Boom. Salute.
You big dummy.
Salute. We got him, y'all. We got him, boss.
Dummy.
We got no record of his childhood. But you jump out the motherfucking window and call the man a slave, alright? And thus cannot document an exact connection to any specific art. At the heart of his success was his use of a revolutionary style of defense that was characteristic of, oh, look here, Angolan diaspora pugilism. Get the fuck out of here.
Big dummy.
Synagogue is saying diaspora my ass. That's an American Naga. That's an Israelite. You know, that's the seed of the Most High. You know we special. That's why we dominate y'all in so much. You know why? Ham ain't over here dominating nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's the American Naga that's dominating it all. Y'all ain't got nobody fooled. Y'all know the American Naga is special. Something special about the American Naga. You know this. There's Nagas all over the world, but it's something special about the American Naga. I wonder what. Let's go. Let's you know what? Matter of fact, let's get off this for a minute. All this talk of slavery. But before we get into that, like I said, if you ain't never been to the website and you want to support the channel cut from a different cloth, strictly from Monagas.com. You know what I'm saying? Made by a Naga for a Naga. You know what I'm saying? You can go there, check out what's new. You know what I'm saying? We got all kind of flavor. We got all kind of flavor you can savor. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna break the bank. You know what I'm saying? The prices is fair. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to support the house, strictly for Monagas.com. Check out the merch. We got the latest. Holla at me. But let's move on. Let's go here. Let's go to one of my other favorite sites. We're going to do a little genealogy today, y'all. I don't know if you're into genealogy, but I am. You know what I'm saying? I like to dig in to family trees and ancestral backgrounds. I like to trace records to see where people come from. You know what I'm saying? And it don't even cost nothing to do it. If you just savvy with your Google finger and you know what to look for, you know how to find it. Now check it out. We're going to go to a little site, Free Family Search. You know what I'm saying? freefamilysearch.org. If you want to do a little genealogy on your own family and you want to look up some of your ancestral records, you don't got to spit on no tool. You can go right on the internet and you can get a whole lot of information that'll lead you in other direction. And here it is. freefamilysearch.org. Write it down. Go talk to your ancestors. Ask your mama about your grandma. Ask your mama about your granddaddy. Ask your daddy. Ask your grandparents if they still here. Well, let's proceed. freefamilysearch.org. We got all the Black Terror information. So let me log in real quick so I can do a search. Let me log in. Let me sign in. Sign me in with my Google. Alright, so I'm signed in. freefamilysearch.org, a place you could do your genealogy for free. And we're gonna check out the Black Terror genealogy though, since they want to call him an African slave and they want to claim they don't know about his backgrounds or where he's from and all this here. We'll look ourselves. It's all right, Wikipedia. Y'all ain't gotta lie to us. We already know when he was born and everything, right? So let's go back to that Wikipedia ad real quick. That article I meant. Let's scroll back up. We know he was born August 5th, 1763. That's Bill Richmond, aka William Richmond. So we got a lot of information to use to search right there. We know his name, his full name, and his birthday. And we know where he was born, Richmond Town, New York, which was also called, they said it was called something else. I can pull it back up. It was on one of the other articles. But we'll go here. Let's go back to Gina. Let's type it in. Bill Richmond, right? Let's see what we can find out about Bill Richmond, the Black Terror. Just they don't want to tell us. And it says Richmond Town, Staten Island, New York, right? Salute to the homies and the knockers in Staten Island. Salute. So I spelled it wrong. I left the D out, right? Richmond Town. I'm just putting New York. All right, and he was born. They said what, 1763. So we'll type that as a year reference and let's search. If we don't like what we find, we got more options. We can type in more details. If you ain't familiar with freefamilysearch.org, I suggest you get familiar with it. Like you say, you ain't got to spin in no tube and play no stupid ass company, no major amount of money to do no damn DNA that ain't gonna do nothing but lie to you anyway. You can find this stuff yourself. So we doing the Black Terror genealogy. So all right, the first one come up. Let me get off the screen so y'all can view this with me. So the first one that come up in the search is William Richmond. This is a military service record, October 1764 in the United States, right? He was born in 1763, so could this William possibly be Bill's father? We'll dig on that. We looking for Bill right now. We ain't looking for his father. We're gonna find Bill first, and that's how you should do your genealogy. You should find the person you're looking for first, and then find their ancestors through their records. Not trying to jump around and skip around. It's a proper way to do this. Now we got William Richmond again, military service 1760. So let's put some more details in this search. Let's edit the search. We'll go back to search again. We'll modify the search. All right. So Bill Richmond, Richmond Town, New York, 1763. We're gonna put that. We're gonna go ahead and click on birth. We're gonna put Richmond Town, New York again. And we're gonna put now they ask you for a range on the birth year. We know they say 1763 he was born. So I'm gonna put 1763 to 1763 because we want to narrow this search. We don't want it pulling up all kind of people in different, like we don't want to do 1763 to 1773. They probably pull his nephew up, all kind of other Bill Richmonds. We want 1763 to 1763. We want to narrow this down to make sure we got our guy. And we know his death date for what we just researched. So let's put the Black Terror death date in. Let's click on death. They said he died, if I wasn't mistaken, in 1829. So in London though. So we're gonna put, they say he died in London. So I'm putting 1829. That's the death year. We're gonna put 1829 to 1829. And we're gonna put London. I'm gonna just put London. Now I'm gonna hit search. Now this should narrow this shit down to our guy for sure. It pull up William Richmond again. That gotta be his father. A military record from 1764. Bill would only been, the Black Terror would only been 1 year old, 1 year old. So that 1 year old. So that couldn't be him. All right, William Richmond, father. Sarah Clarkson, children Alice Clarkson, Richmond Peters. That's a death record. You know what I'm saying? William Richmond, children Richmond, father. I don't know why my stroll on that thing it's trying to highlight everything. God, you gotta hijack me so much, YouTube. What's the deal? Let me see if I can. All right, I think I'm on it. Let me see. All right, there we go. All right, so when you're searching genealogy, now it's pulling up all these United States Revolutionary War records. Look, 1777. Now that stands out because we know that's when he was dealing with the military during the Revolutionary War, and that's a service date. That's when he went to England, right? That's our guy, right? W.M. Richmond, William Richmond, right? That's our guy. Let's blow this record up. Yeah, doing genealogy ain't hard. You just gotta take your time and think about what you're doing. Let's blow it up and see what it says. We can read it. This is like the real record here. It might be not legible. It ain't that bad. But you probably would have to edit this photo of this document, like darken it or play with the settings on it to really be able to read it. So we'll just back out, and we're gonna go to the basic image of it. He was the military rank as captain at 14 years old. I don't know. It might not be him. But it's interesting of that date from what the story we read. So let's back up some more. Let's keep searching. We know he went to England in 17. Said he may have been a captain at 14 years old. Who knows? That nigga was special. He was whipping grown men ass twice his size. He had the hands, right? He was the Black Terror. Let's throw down some more. Principal military service 1812 to 1815. That's United States. Well, that's not our guy. So these Williams, I don't think are our guy fought because he was in England at this time, right? So let's go back up some more. Let's look. He left at 14, so he might not have a great paper trail. I mean, he an ancient American. Nah, he definitely ain't have a birth certificate. He was here before they got here. Well, you ain't gonna be able to trace your records for so far. You nigga, you been here before they records came here. But we know he wasn't no slave. So they claim he was a slave, but was slavery what they really telling us? I'm gonna click back. I'm gonna narrow this collection. Let's go back to this one more time. You can also narrow down your search by sex, race, birth. See, race, our people have been labeled so many things. That's a tricky one. I used to leave that wide open. Because your people got labeled a whole, I wouldn't just put African American, definitely. Your people got labeled a whole lot of stuff. So let's go to collection. Let's narrow it down by collection. And you can narrow it down by death collections and birth collections, military collections, United States muster rolls, blah blah blah, even census records, which I would want to narrow it down to census records. Filter by collection. So see, he ain't on. Matter of fact, hey, it was no census records. What am I talking about, you big dummy?
You big dummy. This
man left the country in 1777. Wasn't the first so-called census was 1790? Salute. You know what I'm saying? The Black Terror had already left the building before the first census. The Black Terror had already gone to England. They tell you, nah, you niggas from Africa, man. Y'all ain't from over here. They told you shit in reverse. They divided and conquered. They said, shoot, we gotta clear the land, make room for new people. They got rid of some Nagas, left some Nagas. We need some of these Nagas to show us around, show us how to eat and everything else. So they didn't leave everybody. You know what I'm saying? But they took enough to make room for who they wanted to come here. I guess the Black Terror, they got swooped on the way too, huh? Hey man, this is a good story, man. Y'all should dig on it, man. I read a couple articles about it. I was highly interested in learning about the Black Terror, the first ever international sports star. And he was an American Naga. He was the first international sports star, period. Of all sports, of all men, you know what I'm saying, was the Black Terror, Bill Richmond, you know what I'm saying, this Naga right here, you know what I'm saying, it's the best picture they could come up with, this Naga, but I'll take it, you know what I'm saying. The Black Terror whooping ass, taking names, strictly for my Nagas, you know what I'm saying. You big dummy,
big dummy.
He was whooping up, what they say, he whooped up the synagogue of Satan. What his name was? Yosef. Hold on, let's go back to that one. Hold on. They said his name was Yosef's son. The fighter name was Yosef, was the Jewish fighter he beat up on. Hold on. Let me go back then. Let me go back. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. I'm finna put it up right now. I'm finna put it up, y'all. Richmond versus Creer, Richmond versus Maddox. Blah blah blah. Hey y'all, hey, if y'all remember the Jewish fighter who the Black Terror beat up, y'all put it in the comment section. Look at this Naga, man. Boy, with a mean stance like that. Who is that? Tom Molyneux trainee. Oh, Bill Richmond trained this Naga. Bill Richmond said, "I'll show you how to fight." You know what I'm saying? And Bill Richmond whooping ass, training knockers to whoop ass. Yeah, the first international superstar athlete. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold on, wait a minute. Docky Moore. It was Joseph, man. I can't, man. My memory's slacking me, y'all. I'm getting bad, y'all. It's messed up, y'all. I don't know. I'm getting bad, y'all. I be having so much on my mind sometimes. I be reading a lot of shit, y'all. But I want to pull up that Jewish fighter who he fought. I'm gonna go back to the Black Pass. I think he talked about it on the Black Pass. They talked about the Jewish fighter he beat up. Let's go that one real quick. I got time. I'm just bullshitting tonight, y'all. Salute to all the patriots. Salute to all the comrades. Salute to everybody in the house. Salute the ladies out there too. Salute to y'all too, ladies. Salute to the ladies that be watching. Y'all hit me up in the chat, ladies. Let me see. Let's see if we can pull up who the Jewish fighter was. I said I was gonna research. Yeah, down here, the Jewish boxer known as Fighting Joseph. Fighting Joseph. Synagogue of Satan, that motherfucker. Let's look his ass up real quick, y'all. I'm gonna look up Fighting Joseph. I want to see what exactly is Fighting Joseph got going on. I know the Black Terror whooped his ass. I know that much. Fighting Joseph got his ass whooped when he ran up against the Black Terror. Let's see. Fighting Joseph, right? Oh man, what is this? They ain't even look at it. He ain't got no real story. The Synagogue of Satan ain't even got no real story, right? Joseph's old stats. Fighting style, Joseph's out. Man, look at this bullshit. I'll knock a Joseph out, man. I'll knock a fake Joseph out, man. Shout out to the real Joseph. The real Joseph, American knockers. This fake Yosef shit, man. This old Synagogue of Satan Yosef, fuck that Yosef, man. I ain't got time. You can't even find nothing on. I type in the Black Terror boxing, and just right away, Bill Richmond motherfucking come up ready to knock out. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Hey y'all, I'm going live again a little bit later. It's 8:40. You know what I'm saying? I can say we shot this live a little early and it was fucking up. Synagogue of Satan hijacked the sound, but I guess we working now. So we're gonna go live again though tonight on the other channel, the backup channel. I need everybody to go over there and subscribe to the backup channel, the Blood of Judah. You know that's the backup channel, the Blood of Judah. Go over there, subscribe to the Blood of Judah. We got 2 strikes over here. Ain't no telling when we gonna piss the Synagogue of Satan off, and they gonna give me that 3rd strike and blow this bitch up. You know what I'm saying? But that's all right if they do. We're just gonna be over on the Blood of Judah, and we're gonna drop the Blood of Judah over. Oh, we're gonna drop shit over there daily anyway. We're gonna go and get it popping over there. So I'll meet y'all over there a little bit later. Hey, this Black Jack, this House of Masculinity, respect my house. We'll let the door not hit your ass with the Most High, split your ass. Peace. We out. Strictly for my Nagas.com. Support the show.